Hey, come here. Come here. We need to talk about the controversy surrounding Watch the Skies and what the ramifications are. It's important. Up next at Mark at the Movies. So I had an opportunity to see the Swedish film Watch the Skies yesterday, and if I'm honest, I walked in, didn't know too much about it, knew it was kind of a 80s, 90s science fiction piece made in Sweden, and wasn't expecting too much of it. And if I had to be 100% honest, there was nothing special about it on the surface. As a matter of fact, it was extremely paint by numbers, an 80s or 90s science fiction found family piece that had a mildly interesting third act, but took a little bit of the way to get it to the third act, and it had that kind of Swedish quirk to it a little bit if you've seen any of the Swedish films, especially lately. And I would have reported that, 2.5 stars. The third act had some interesting stuff to it. Nothing to see here. Wait for it to be a streaming piece. But something interesting happened halfway through the piece of the film. Started to get a little bored, and then started to notice on the screen that one character in particular, the actress Sarah Sherpy, who plays this sheriff character named Tommy. The editing on it seemed off with her vocals. I'm like, whoa! Every time she speaks, something's wrong with her mouth and the vocals. It looks like they really screwed up the editing on this. Couldn't they have done a better job with this? And then I started to notice with the lead actress, this Inez Dahl Torhag, who plays Denise, some of her Swedish to English. I'm like, wow, she's not very good at English. There's some pauses and weird hits on some of the syllables. What's going on here? So I looked on my phone to see who the editor was, and it turns out this is the first Swedish movie to use artificial intelligence in order to change the actors and actresses' performance from Swedish to English. In other words, instead of just dubbing the film, instead of just having subtitles on the film, they used AI to change the mouth of each actor and actress, and then the AI would generate the English. And I gotta be honest, it was incredibly distracting. It did not work. And if I wouldn't have known this halfway through the piece, it would have frustrated me throughout. Didn't the editor know what they were doing? Didn't they review the piece? And it was awful. And this brings up some really legitimate questions. Number one, I think definitively AI has not gotten to the point where any schmo can use it in their international release on films. The technology is not quite there yet. Number two, what were they thinking? If you had confidence in your film, then you would have released it as is with the subtitles. I'm pretty sure the lead, Inez Dahl Torhag, that she's a pretty good actress. I think her performance was pretty good. But because of the change in her physical appearance and in the way that she recited the dialogue, I don't know. I don't know if she was any good at all. So it becomes puzzling. And we know that subtitles work. Think about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Life is Beautiful, or the Oscar-winning picture, oh no, the name escapes me now, but just a couple of years ago, the Korean film that won Best Picture, subtitles as well. I love it, and I can't think of it. Now, Mark at the Movies, I'm really intelligent. Name what that movie is down in the comments, would ya? I can't think of it off the top of my head. But anyways, this picture, which would have been a 2.5 or like a low 3-star, 2.5 star piece, is now all of a sudden mired in confusion and controversy because clearly the producers and the people that made this movie were not confident in it, and they're trying to make a quick buck by changing it through AI as quickly as possible. This seems like a really cheap and lazy way to take use of technology that could end up being really, really good. And it just made a distracting way to view the experience. I will say, to its credit, it builds up. First act and the second act, not all that great. Third act, it turns into a relatively decent sci-fi picture. And like I said, the lead actress, Inez Del Turhag, I'm pretty sure she's a pretty good actress. So those are good things about it. I wouldn't suggest necessarily going out of your way to see this film. It might be a really good thing to stream when it comes out on streaming. But what do you think about this controversy? Have you seen the film? What do you think about AI in movies? Write your comments down below. Tell me what you think. Did you know that this was AI generated voice? Write your comments down below. Let's continue to have the conversation, and we'll see you again at Mark at the Movies.